You may have experienced exactly what I experienced here. Once you start moving or positioning all of your images to be absolute positioned, well, that div actually shrinks down because that div essentially has nothing inside of it anymore. You basically pluck these images out and put them somewhere on the page. So the browser thinks, oh, this div has height 0. And so the steps underneath, the steps for success, just comes right up. And all your images are on top of it. You may want that div to be a certain height and that steps to go down. Not a problem. We can just add that CSS inline. So we can say style equals height. Give it like 300 pixels. Oh, looks like our live editing feature is not working so great. No problem. We just reload. Okay, so that works nicely. But we don't want those images maybe right there. Why don't we take that whole div and position it somewhere else on the page? That would be nice. Pluck the whole div out. And sure, it's fine for that steps for success to come up. We're going to put this somewhere else. Okay, so style. Who cares about this height 300 pixels? Unless you do, you can keep it there. Instead, we're going to change the positioning of this to absolute, right? Wait a second. Now all of our images are really, really far down in the page. Why is that? The reason is because whenever you have position absolute inside of another element that has its position property set, the position is relative to the div in our case. So this image here has a position of absolute, and it's 324 pixels from the top and 250 pixels from the left. It used to be from the whole web page. So it would go from here 324 pixels down and 250 pixels across. However, when we made its containing element, the div position, we set the position on the div. Now this 324 pixels and 250 pixels is from that div. So that div is actually right here as height 0, so you can't really see it, but it's 324 pixels down from here and 250 pixels over from there. Well, okay, that's fine. We can just kind of take off this. Maybe make the top 0, and here the top would essentially be 100 pixels, and here the top would be 55 pixels. Okay, now we kind of got where we started. But now it's really easy to position this whole div anywhere we want. We can say top. Now this is for the whole web page. Top, let's say 250 pixels, right? And left, I don't know, another 300 pixels. All right, that looks good. Maybe a little higher. So if we wanted a little higher, we actually would decrease this 250. Let's say 175. Oh, now why did it end up all the way on the bottom? No, it's just an artifact. Sometimes the live editing feature is a little haywire, so you just need to reload the page. So I may adjust this. For you, I want you to adjust this somewhere on your page. Now what we learned right now is actually really important because this will be used a lot in our games. In any kind of HTML game where you have HTML tags in there. And we can actually use JavaScript to move these things around and make a game out of it. So go ahead, move your group of images somewhere on your page.